The little choices that we make on a daily basis are what add up to the life that we end up having. And we often downplay the significance of the small little choices that we make throughout the day. We spend a lot of our time on autopilot, and we have a tendency to choose short-term pleasure over long-term fulfillment and satisfaction. And consequently, we pick the easy option, we pick the pleasurable option, we pick what feels good in the moment, as opposed to choosing something that our future self will thank us for. In order to make more discerning choices, in order to be more responsive instead of reactive, in order to achieve the things that you want to achieve and be the person that you want to be, you need first of all to become aware of the choices that you're making. I mean, so much of what we do on a daily basis is at an automated level. We don't even realize we've done things until after we've actually done them. And it's so important that we become a little bit more present, a little bit more mindful, a little bit more aware, so that we're able to notice when we are presented with options, and we're able to choose what it is that we need to in order to feel good in ourselves. Emotional intelligence is vital when it comes to making wiser decisions. So many of our choices are impulsive, and they're an attempt to self-regulate, to soothe a dysregulated nervous system, to feel a little bit nicer in the moment, or to escape some sort of uncomfortable situation or emotion. And the reality is, when we are able to healthily self-regulate, when we are very emotionally aware, we are less likely to reach for food, to reach for drink, to reach for our phone, our porn, or whatever it is, in an attempt just to feel nice in the moment. And we are more likely to be able to tune into ourselves and to ask what it is what we really need in that moment, what it is that we are deficient in, and find ways of going about getting it, so that we escape this continuous cycle of pleasure pain, pleasure pain. It's about recognizing that frequently the short-term decisions that you make lead to negative long-term consequences. So it's again looking to that future self and asking yourself who it is that you want to be, and what does that future version of yourself want you to choose in this moment. We tend to be poor predictors of our own happiness. We have a tendency to choose the things that we think we ought to be doing, as opposed to choosing the things that will nourish and nurture our soul. And the more aware we are, the more clued in we are to what it is that makes us feel alive and vibrant, what it is that is aligned with our values, the more likely we are to choose things that are congruent with that version of ourselves, as opposed to choosing things that are very much influenced by our conditioning, by what we think is socially acceptable, and by who it is that we think we should be, as opposed to working with who it is that we actually are. If you would like to make wiser decisions, if you would like to know a little bit more about who it is that you need to be in order to feel fulfilled, or if you are struggling with any really difficult life decision, get in touch with me on the website. It is fundamentals.ie.